Hey folks, Joseph Rampola here at AWE TV, and I'm hanging out with Lynne Nielsen of IEEE. Tell us why you are here and what's jazzing you about AR.
Well, Joe, I'm here because the IEEE is the largest professional association in the world when we're devoted to the advancement of technology for humanity. And when we look at that, we look at a broad number of industries. We work in fields as vast as communications, computers, power. We work with education, conferences, many fields. One of our areas is in standards. And a lot of the standards that are built in this world make technology interoperable and portable for you and me. Probably the best known standards that we do are called 802, and they're devoted to wired and wireless communication. They allow your cell phone to interop with mine. They allow your computer to interoperate with your networks. They allow us to go anywhere, to be portable, to be movable, and to have the kind of communication and connectivity that we need in our world. We're demoing an example of that today using augmented reality, because we see augmented reality as a cross-cutting technology. I think a lot of people right now consider augmented reality to be a vertical industry, and it is. But it has broad applicability across a wide swath of technology, and they happen to be the technologies that IEEE works in. For example, the communications that we're showing you in an augmented way through the City Visions project mural that we've augmented specifically for IEEE needs. In addition, we think about things like medical device communications. We have a lot of activity in that area, and of course that ties straight into augmented reality. We look at fields like the smart grid and delivery of power and how you might train and educate in the use of those fields. We're looking at the Internet of Things, where there's such a fit with augmented reality. It's unbelievable. We see it cross-cutting so many different technologies and fields, and we want to make sure that this industry, in its nascent stage, as it grows and expands, is considering all of these options and all of these utilities that can be brought. The IEEE is here to help make technology better for you and for me. And by making the industry aware of it, by embracing it ourselves and demonstrating it in everything that we do, our materials, our promotions, and our education, we're going to be helping to bring augmented reality into this industry and into your and my lives.
Let me ask you, because you're here at City Vision, so how did IEEE get involved in the whole City Visions project?
We actually have a connection through BC Bierman and the Heavy Projects, because BC is actually leading a program that we have that's called an Industry Connections Program that's devoted to augmented reality. This program allows a group, when they're not quite ready to do something formal and establish an industry standard yet, but they need to get everyone together to talk, and to talk in a way that allows them to communicate safely, comfortably, freely. The IEEE offers that umbrella to them. So we have this activity starting up right now, and through them we've been discussing we need to practice what we preach. If we believe in augmented reality, believe in its future, believe in its value to everyone, we have to show it in what we do. So we decided to create an IEEE version of City Visions. We've taken those 802 standards, those wired and wireless communication standards, and when you use our app to view the City Visions mural, you're seeing those standards demonstrated to you to use every single day of somebody going to work, and by what he does simply to get to work and to be in the office, he's using those technologies.
Awesome.
So we've added that augment onto this project, built it into City Visions, and demonstrated augmented reality and standards in everyday life.
Awesome. So there's going to be a lot of people watching this, and they're going to kind of, there's so many supporters of augmented reality. How can the average person kind of support AR? Is there something that they could do through IEEE, or is there any feedback, or how can they, be a part of kind of the voice to kind of push this forward?
There's actually a number of ways they can do it. First of all, through this program, this Industry Connections program that we're heading up is a great way. If you want to find out, you can simply go to standards.ieee.org/innovate/AR, and there are links to it, and we'll be able to take you to that and to other information. There's a lot of material being produced. IEEE is one of the world's largest producers of the literature in its field. We actually produce over 30% of the world's literature in our technology fields. About 3.6 million documents in our library at last count, and I'm probably off. It's probably 3.7 by now. But the point is, there's a lot of writing about AR. There's a lot of of emphasis that's being put on it, and there's a lot you can find at IEEE, that you can take advantage of it to realize everything that's happening in this field. I think for a lot of us, when we look at any technology, it's a lot like 9 blind men and the elephant. It all depends on what part of the elephant you're holding to understand what the technology is, but in many ways, it's the whole elephant. And there's a lot that we may not consider when we look at what we're working in our discrete area of technology. At the IEEE, because we are the broad-based organization we are and so technically diverse, it's our job to help build those connections. And so that's what we're trying to do by exposing you to the literature in the field, the research that's happening, the industry initiatives, and the company input that's going on.
Awesome. Well, we showed some awesome demos, so we're going to get those up and running, and I appreciate all the information, Mary.
Thank you so much, Joseph.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
When you look at market materials, you tend to think static and you tend to think 2D. And yet here we are now saying if IEEE believes in augmented reality, we're going to practice what we preach. Here's an example. We've taken your typical marketing material and we've augmented it. So this picture, which if you look at it in the abstract is plain, we've actually taken that and added a complete augmented reality aspect to it, highlighting IEEE, highlighting its standards, and showing augmented reality in practice in use every single day. But if you look at the major piece, it's a completely flat, static, normal 2D promotional piece. But now it's not. It's alive.